Self-Identity Autobiography by Jessica Matos. I like to begin with a scene from a movie inspired by one of my favorite singers, Selena. In the scene, Selena and her brother try convincing their father that she is ready to perform in Mexico. She explains that she has been singing in Spanish for 10 years and should not have a problem with playing, even though she cannot speak the language of the other country. Her father disagrees and begins to explain what it is to be Mexican American.
Listen, being Mexican American is tough. Anglos jump all over you if you don't speak English perfectly. Mexicans jump all over you if you don't speak Spanish perfectly. We gotta be twice as perfect as anybody else. Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
Nothing.
I'm serious.
The scene always resonated with me because I often felt this way when I was growing up. I was born in Los Angeles, California, to immigrant parents who at the time only spoke Spanish. While my mother is from Guanajuato, Mexico, my father is from Yucatan, which is a very different part of Mexico. In Guanajuato, my mother grew up on a ranch surrounded by farm animals and not far from the city, while my father grew up in a small pueblo where hammocks were and still continue to be used as beds in order to combat the hot tropical temperatures. Despite the differences in their own towns, they had one thing in common. They left their home to pursue a better future. They met here in Los Angeles and had 4 children. As you can see, I'm the third child in my family of 6. I have 2 older sisters and a younger brother. However, throughout the years, our family has grown with nieces and nephews. Our parents have taught us many things, but above all, they taught us to love the traditions and the culture of Mexico, from the language to the food to our family. Now it is our turn to teach our traditions to our younger generations. Part of these traditions include the language. I grew up speaking Spanish and learned English while I was in school. As a result, Spanish is an important part of who I am because it's the language that I use to communicate with my family. Oftentimes, I find myself speaking Spanglish in my neighborhood of East Los Angeles. Additionally, food is also an important part of my culture. Enchiladas, mole, tacos, pozole, these are all different examples. However, one of the most important dishes are the tamales that are traditionally made during Christmas. Everyone in my family helps make the tamales during the day to be able to enjoy them at night during Christmas Eve. We make so many tamales that we end up eating them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next few days. It's no surprise that we usually only make them once or twice a year. Ultimately, food is not just delicious, but it also allows us to share a moment as a family, thus serves as a unifying factor for us. Religion plays a key role in my culture as well. My mother is a devout Catholic and has instilled some of these values in me. Hence, I'm a Catholic who celebrates La Virgen de Guadalupe on December 12th and celebrates Christmas Eve. Overall, growing up in East LA and seeing the pride that people have in Mexican culture has helped me in finding my identity as a Mexican American. I enjoy finding an elotero and buying an elote from him or her. I enjoy going to Tamales Liliana's or Favorita Bakery and buying some tamales and pan dulce. I enjoy reminiscing with my family about the annual Mexican Independence Parade on Cesar Chavez Avenue. But I also enjoy celebrating the 4th of July and watching the movie Independence Day every year. I enjoy watching the Dodgers play and rooting for all of my other LA teams. I'm proud of my country and all it has to offer. The Selena quote is right. It's hard to be a perfect Mexican or a perfect American, and I'm not close to being perfect as either Mexican or as American. But I don't have a problem with that. I am a Mexican American, a combination of 2 worlds.